man. And right now, he is definitely that dude, man. So, the Dallas Cowboys cannot go into this game. Like, we need to score some points, but, bro, let's stop with the damn shootouts. I love it that we was able to get it done at home. But, man, defense, this is definitely a week where we need defense to travel.
Yeah, Bo Nix was the #1 fantasy player scoring this week, led all scorers. Bo Nix, the quarterback. I think that's only the second time a quarterback has led the league after 7 weeks in fantasy football. I think that was interesting. But, yeah, Green Bay getting that win over Arizona, I think that was important because I had Josh Jacobs. Boy, Josh Jacobs is on a tear, dog. I got him in one of my leagues. He doing nothing but racking up touchdowns and yards over there behind Jordan Love. And yeah, Green Bay over Arizona. That was a good game. But, man, this next game was that primetime game.
Hey, and shout out to Micah Parsons for showing them that he got his money because they was on his ass, man.
Yeah,
they was on his ass, man.
I'm glad you brought that up because them 3 sacks were the difference, bro.
Yeah,
like he showed up late in the game and made a couple of big sacks. I was like, oh, there's the Micah we seen in Dallas a few times.
Well, I don't remember seeing that. Me and Micah have a 3-sack game versus.
No, not a 3-sack game, just making a critical sack in a pivotal moment of the game per se.
I'm gonna leave it alone, but I don't remember too many of the moments. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him for having them with Green Bay. I think if he would have had more moments like this in Dallas,
he had like 11 sacks, I think, first 3 years as a Cowboy or something like that.
Yeah, but they was. I mean, you tell me a time where Micah literally took over a game.
I didn't say he took over a game.
He took over this game. They allowed him to take over this game. They put him in position to take over the game. You know what I'm saying? And he wrecked it. And the Dallas Cowboys typically don't do that. Micah Parsons be on the sidelines a lot in the 3rd and 4th quarter when he was a Dallas Cowboy.
One of them sacks did come right off the edge because I was watching it. I was like, damn, Green Bay's going to come back and win this game after Denver came back and won that Giants game. But, bro, this next game, I was for certain at Atlanta was going to be able to go into Levi Stadium and get them a win with that young trio they got going out there with Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix, and Drake London, bro. Then they're starting to throw Pitts in over there. You got to be kind of excited as a Falcons fan. But, man, that defense in San Francisco, they said to hell with that.
Yeah, San Francisco, even without
Fred Warner, exactly.
Even without Fred Warner, it's them niggas, bro.
Hey, that's why I had Atlanta. I said Atlanta rolling after that win last week. All right, give them a shot. That's the upset because San Fran was favored. They were there. But without Fred Warner, they said, hell no. To the no.
Yeah. Cosby says Aaron Glenn hasn't been fired and Shador hasn't been traded. No, duh.
No, duh. I had brought that up. I said I thought I was talking about the Miami situation. I said I thought I had seen something that's fake, but then I also said because the Jets did lose their 7th game, there's some news out there saying that he was possibly getting fired.
Facts. And to be honest with you, being a coach for the Jets, he should get the full season, man, because, bro, like, what did you expect? It's the damn Jets, and you gave him Justin Fields, your starting quarterback. Like, you should have gave him way more. And that dude is out there trying, man. You could tell his emotions in the game. There is literally, every time I think of Aaron Glenn, there's this motion of him. There's this video of him, like, getting all excited and going all screaming and stuff because there was a huge play. And guess what? They lost that game. I'm just saying. They lost that game. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the New York Jets, bro. Like, when you sign up to that team, unless you're giving him a top 10 current quarterback or some quarterback that was in college that's a top 2 pick, what the are you expecting from the New York Jets?
Yeah, that's what we had one of our shows with the Jets fan on there, and that's what they were talking about. Basically, they said they didn't want to beat Dallas that week. They hope they had lost, and they are tanking for a draft pick, and they're hoping they go defense for that matter over there. But, yeah, San Francisco without Fred Warner over Atlanta on prime time. And then we had 2 primetime games on Monday where we both checked out on both of those. And how about let's end the Baker Mayfield for MVP campaign because Detroit said hell to the no with that at home.
Yeah, I mean, salute to Detroit. Jerry Goff guy, I mean, we got to play them dudes. So, as much film as long as they look beatable to me, I'm happy for it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, they're another team that's led by defense. So you're going to have your ups and downs, man. But whenever your defense is able to do their job, you're going to be able to get a dub. You know what I'm saying?
But, bro, there was that. I want to ask you your thoughts on that because I started to see that after the fact. I didn't see that whole game, but I guess that controversial play where Goff looked like he was going under center, but he didn't, and he ran off in motion, and then they hiked the ball, and some dude threw it to him. He caught it, bumped somebody, and ran it in for a whole ass touchdown that they end up negating, saying that he was in fact trying to go under center, and they called it and said, "No, it was a dead play or something like that." What was your thoughts on that play? Did you see that?
I mean, this is the thing. You got when you're getting. Well, I've always heard when you're creative, that means your offense ain't good. I mean, the Lions at this point need to get back to basic football, running the football with their two-headed monster, and letting Goff make precise throws. You know what I'm saying? All this that when you start doing all this extra funny stuff, all it shows me is that your offense is not going in the direction that you want it to be. When you're doing fake plays, that's just what it is.
But to further context, I was like, are the Detroit Lions looking at all of the prop bets? Because apparently there was a lot of people that had money on Jared Goff catching a touchdown, believe it or not, and had that checked out, there would have been a lot of money from the sports book. Now, I'm just saying this is some stuff I've seen on the internet. It could be fake like Aaron Glenn or not true like a Tua turn the ball over. But nonetheless, they said a lot of people had money on that play, and that's why I think they're saying, the NFL is rigged again because of that play. Why is it always the Detroit Lions and the NFL being rigged? I don't get that.
Well, I mean, they might have. I mean, I don't watch the Detroit Lions, so there could have been highlights this week of them at practice of him catching passes. So I mean, it'd be little things like that spikes Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we had a Detroit fan on here, I think we'd probably be able to get to the bottom of it on why that was such a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Because
I was just thinking, like, what if Dan Campbell, aka Dan Gamble, is sitting around him and his crew looking at FanDuel like, what's the craziest prop bet for us going right now, and then try to go out and scheme up a play to knock it off.
Well, as long as he has an attorney, because if he gets caught, he's going to federal prison.
Well, with that being said, Houston got another problem, and that was up here in Seattle because Jackson Smith-Njigba is the top scoring receiver for this week. That's right, even over Jamar Chase after the night he had. JSN climbed it all the way to the top at the end of that. Seattle over Houston in that final Monday Night Football game, which we both had. What's your thoughts on that game?
Salute to anybody that has a Dallas Cowboy star tattooed on him. I love the kid. You know what I'm saying? We got a big ass Dallas Cowboy star on him. Cowboys.
Yeah, he's from the Dallas area. They said he's out there. I think he went to school out there. He just got that big tattoo on there. Yeah, his heart's in Dallas, but boy, he's the top of the food chain after week 7. That kid is special, man. I mean, him and the QB up there, what's his name? Journeyman dude. I can't remember Seattle's quarterback name, but bro, JSN is wide receiver 1. I got him in a couple of my leagues. He's been eating this year in fantasy.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna tell you, I think the biggest surprise too is that the fact that Seattle is still a hard place to go play in, considering they've totally dismantled that team. Didn't keep any pieces or remnants, not even the coach. In Seattle, I think if I would say I had as far as just had to be surprised for me, I think Seattle would definitely be the biggest surprise for me as far as them being able to be a better team than the teams that they sent players to. You know what I'm saying? They're a better team than the Raiders.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they're a better team than the Raiders, and they sent their quarterback went over there. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of teams counted Seattle out, and Seattle's still a formidable place to go play.
These 12s up here, bro, in the Pacific Northwest, they think they got the juice back right now. They going crazy up here with this, with how they're rabid fans about their team up here, and the juice is back flowing in the Pacific Northwest. That's for sure in the NFC. But I got the next week slate of games going into week 8. We got only 13 games this week, big dog. I got my picks already laid out. I think I'm going to stick to them. Whenever you're ready, we can go through them and do yours.
Let's go.
You got Minnesota at the Chargers.
Give me Minnesota.
Miami at Atlanta.
Actually, no. Give me the Chargers.
All right. Miami at Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Jets at Cincy. I believe you said
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Cleveland at New England.
New England.
Yeah, I know that could kind of go either kind of way, though. But Vrabel, I think that team's got his identity over there. The Giants. Ooh, big NFC East matchup right here. Giants at Eagles.
Give me
Yeah, big dog. Can the Giants do it twice? Oh, think about it. They would have knocked off the Eagles twice, big dog.
Man.
Just like we could have predicted, right? Yeah, the Giants gonna knock off the Eagles twice after the defending Super Bowl champions.
I'm gonna say that.
Hey, bro, I got Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith in my lineup, bro. So I'm rolling with the Eagles on this one. I just think
the Eagles should win this game.
They got too much firepower,
they're in Philadelphia. The Eagles should win the game, bro.
Yeah, I want the Giants to beat them too, but I like to bet with common sense and not my heart. And I think that the Eagles win this game. So you got Philly?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Buffalo at Carolina.
Oh. Damn.
I know,
Give
right?
me Buffalo. No, give me Carolina.
Ooh, second thoughts. We're going to see if that first instinct is going to count or not. Chicago at Baltimore.
Chicago.
San Fran at Houston.
San Fran.
Tampa at New Orleans.
Tampa.
That's crazy, man. Mike Evans now out. Boy, Baker just be throwing them hospital balls to Mike Evans. He out with a broken clavicle now. I think Egbuka is injured. Or collarbone, yeah. And then they was down to Sterling Shepard. Like, I went and grabbed Sterling Shepard off a couple of wires, bro. I'm like, I got Egbuka in one of my leagues. I'm like, one of y'all gonna have to hit. But man, Mike Evans, that's unfortunate. He's out now. Okay, Dallas at Denver. I think you said Dallas. All right, I'm gonna stick with Denver because I had Denver coming in this season. I had the Cowboys at 10-7. This was one of the losses I had. The Cowboys coming in. I'm gonna just stick with that, even though the Broncos are favored by 2.5 points. Tennessee at Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Green Bay at Pittsburgh.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Ooh, nice. At Pittsburgh. And then lastly, Washington Commanders at the Kansas City Taylor Swifty Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, man. How about that? I think there was no penalties called in that Chiefs game the other night. That was kind of interesting, right? Oh, and beyond that, there was only 2 penalties on the Eagles called this week also.
Fans have spoken. They don't want to see him, so refs are less inclined to throw. But, hey, man, I got to go pick my daughter up for her basketball practice.
It's all good, baby. We got our picks done. We were both 11-4 last week, 73%. We tied it up. We're going to see. We're going to break it out this week. We got some differences. I'm excited to see how we pan out next week, baby. Appreciate y'all tapping in.
Hey, man, you guys already know what it is. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.